Hey man, I wasn't trying to hear that. In the streets, this was my older brother. In the studio, I was.
Pimp would have accepted a Jay-Z verse to be of equal value to him.
He showed you a tape that would probably break the internet in today's world.
She's a big time R&B. You know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of big time R&B back then. You know, I ain't gonna call them bitches women. You know, you had Mary J. Blige, you had Beyonce.
You won't believe what just came out. An old video featuring Beyonce and Pimp Southeast from back in the day has surfaced, and it has Queen Bee totally surprised. This isn't the Beyonce you remember. Trust me, we're about to dive into what's in this video that's got everyone buzzing. You'll definitely want to hear this. Get ready to see a side of Beyonce you never knew and rethink everything you thought about her.
Pimp C's affair with Beyonce, saying that there's a tape Jay-Z took out Pimp C. I was just listening to there's one of their songs the other day, him and Bun B. I think it was with Outkast. Y'all know the song I'm talking about. Y'all know the song. Go check this video out, man. I know this is about to get wild and crazy. Whether this stuff is true or not, I don't know. But when you're dealing with these evil souls, as I like to call them, you never know. All right, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Let me tell you about a side of Beyonce you don't usually see. This is before she became Queen Bey, before the perfect Instagram posts and red carpet looks. This tape shows a completely different version of her, and it's not pretty. Picture young Beyonce, wild, unfiltered, and hanging with a crowd that would make her PR team panic today. Late nights, questionable company, and behavior that would make her mom blush. This isn't the polished Beyonce we know now. It's the raw, unguarded Bey before she learned to protect her image. And right there with her, Pimp C. For those who don't know, Pimp C was a huge figure in Southern rap and one half of UGK. He had a lot of influence and wasn't afraid to speak his mind. The streets respected him, and apparently so did Young Bey. So what's causing all the buzz about this tape? Some say it shows Beyonce partying too hard. Others are saying it reveals things that don't match her current clean image and her behavior around Pimp C. Let's just say it's raising some eyebrows.
And he tried, he said, well, Pimp had this video, X-rated videotape, and everybody went and ran with who they thought this person was. Mm-hmm. And with what I'm about to say, you can kind of decipher this.
I may not be able to spell everything, but let me give you a little preview of this video. It shows Beyonce looking totally at ease with Pimp C and his crew, laughing, joking, and clearly not concerned about her image. There's talk about some language in the video that would make her current fans gasp, and the way she's dressed. Let's just say it's far from the high fashion looks we're used to seeing. But here's the real twist. There's a moment in the video where Beyonce talks about her future plans. And if what she said back then is true, it could totally change everything we thought we knew about how she made it to where she is today. The streets are saying this tape might be the key to understanding the real Beyonce. Not the polished image we see now, but the hungry, ambitious girl from Houston who was willing to do whatever it took to make it big. And now that this tape is out, it's causing a whole lot of drama. You can bet Beyonce and her team won't let this slide without a fight. The big question is, how are they going to spin this?
Did it? Bun had something to do with it.
Jay-Z.
It was on Jay-Z's birthday, so Jay-Z must have had something to do with it. We kind of want to stop all that. Bun ain't gonna speak up for herself at all.
He ain't, but Bun also did say that this wasn't no natural situation that could.
No.
He said that from the beginning. So,
yes.
Why would he put keep the case open?
But the coroner's report did say it was natural.
Yeah, no, Bun was never.
No.
So why would a man keep that?
Active.
Insinuate to keep it active.
Yes. So you get so much. We did an interview with Pimp Ken.
Yeah, shout out
Pimp Ken. He was trying to one up me on the Pimp C stories.
Yeah,
it was on Boss Talk.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he was trying to one up me. And he tried, he said, well, Pimp had this video, X-rated videotape, and everybody went and ran with who they thought this person was. Mm-hmm. And with what I'm about to say, you can kind of decipher it. Oh, that's why Jay-Z killed him. Well, no one's name was ever mentioned. No one ever said anything, but people took it upon themselves to put a name on it, put an address on that. You know what I mean?
And made it a fact.
Oh, made it a fact. That's what I look in these comments, they be like, well, this happened. Yeah. This happened.
Like,
I was like, damn, don't you know that was me on the video, right?
Yeah, like,
how you telling me?
I was there.
Right.
They'll tell you, nah. Come on.
So, yeah, but I can't put myself in their shoes because I don't think like them. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought like a artist or someone in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do know how some of the fans will act. You know what I mean? They'll own that shit and they'll stand on it. And it's hard to. I had somebody in the comments say, "Damn, they believe what Edgar said, but they said, damn, I really like the Bun B Jay-Z narrative."
Yep.
You wanted
I'm gonna run with that one.
You wanted it to be that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just don't, Bun don't need nobody taking care of him. Yeah. Because he's a grown man. But I've always been, trying to be like a protector of people that I'm emotionally attached to. I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. I'm not gonna, if somebody says something negative to you, I'll be like, say, man, that nigga ain't like that. You know what I mean? And same thing with videos. If you come on our platform and you say something negative about somebody, I'll be like, really, bro? You know what I'm saying? Why are you putting my family in the middle of this?
It's funny because shout out to Clear Motion Films, Raheem. He had left out of here just a second ago.
Yes.
And people were upset, like, wait, why did Clear Motion Films go in there and talk all that crazy stuff about real life? I'm like, man, we told him to.
Oh yeah,
we told him to go do it.
Yeah.
He said, man, make the interview interesting, man.
Yeah.
Say you created us or something.
But people don't understand. They don't understand the
they love this. It's a smoke and mirrors game, but for someone to go with the smoke and the mirrors, I'm like, wow.
They want it to be the smoke and the mirrors. Charlamagne used to say something. What's that shit Charlamagne used to say? Why believe the truth when the lies
sweeter?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think you know Beyonce? Think again. This tape isn't just causing drama. It's threatening to tear down the whole carefully crafted image she's built. From the wild, unrefined girl from Houston to the Hollywood royalty we see today, her transformation is legendary. But at what cost? And more importantly, can her team keep this genie in the bottle? Let's talk about the Beyonce we see now, the polished, perfect version. That image didn't happen overnight. She's been crafting that squeaky clean persona for years. Every interview, every red carpet, every Instagram post, it's all part of the plan. She's made us believe she wakes up like that, but we know better. Now, this tape, it's like a wrecking ball aimed at all that hard work. The Beyonce in that video is a far cry from the poised queen we know today. Back then, she was all about the fun, messy, Beyonce-licious life, not afraid to let loose. Now, she's giving us lemonade and black excellence, two totally different worlds. Think about some of her most perfectly staged moments, the pregnancy reveal at the VMAs or her flawless Coachella performance. Everything was planned down to the last detail. But this tape, it's showing us a Beyonce who didn't care about perfection. She was just living her life, no filter.
He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asner, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that ring to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low key, that low key sneaky shit, and Diddy is and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it. It don't mean that they not two of the same. One just a little quiet with his shit.
What happened at the basketball game? When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They was just talking. They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. They little skinny white girls.
And I mean, did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah. He was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It's probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them.
Pimp C passed away in 2007, and ever since, people have been working to protect his legacy. But with this new video out, everyone's looking at him in a different light. The streets are saying this tape might change how we view Pimp C forever. Here's why. Pimp was known for being real, no filter. He said whatever was on his mind, even if it caused trouble. And this tape, it shows that raw, uncut Pimp C energy. But it's not just about him. This video also shows how deep his influence went, even reaching someone like Beyonce. Pimp C worked with big names like Jay-Z and 36 Mafia, but he also had his share of beefs. Remember when he called out Jay-Z for not showing love to Southern rap? Or the drama with Master P? The tension was real. And now, with this tape out, all that old drama is coming back to the surface. The streets are buzzing about this tape, showing Beyonce partying, using language that would shock her current fans, and getting cozy with Pimp C and his crew. It's a far cry from the Beyonce we know now, who won't even let people take pictures of her at parties. This tape shows a younger, hungrier Beyonce chasing fame and willing to do what it takes to get it. So, how's her team going to handle this? They're probably in full damage control mode, working overtime to figure out how to spin it. Maybe they'll play it off as just a young girl having fun, or lean into the sympathy angle, talking about how hard it was for Beyonce in the
Jay-Z does not play when handling business, and he is always ready to get dirty if need be, at least according to what we've heard in recent times. It's also amusing how nice and diplomatic he can be when it's all said and done. His interview with LeBron about DMX's passing was a perfect example. Now, there's been a lot of talk recently as to what happened to Pimp C because of all this Diddy mess. Now, word on the street is that he met his untimely demise because he had a beef with Jay and an alleged affair with Queen Bey, Jay's wife. A lot of fans think it wasn't an affair, but what topped it off was the fact that there was a rumor that he had Beyonce on tape doing the goodie and having a good time. In an interview with Pimp C's closest aide, they had this to say.
Let's go back. You had mentioned Pimp C earlier. With that being said, did Pimp C really have a tape of somebody in the industry that would break the internet? You look like you done seen it, Marvin. Marvin seen it.
Tell him who it is.
Hey, man, tell him who it is. We still trying to find out who was in this Pimp C tape.
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time.
The rumors of Beyonce's tape from an affair she had with someone in the industry wouldn't sit well with Jay.
I'm just whenever I hear stuff like this, like people going on interviews talking about this, like at the end of the day, what will they gain from it? You know, Or is it just to be like, I was the one to break the news? Because you already know these people pass each other around like, yeah. Y'all should know that. So it wouldn't shock me at all. But damn, if that's the reason he got taken out, that's a whole nother
Jay-Z with it. And he is well known to handle business whichever way he sees fit. But even if that's just speculation, what is really wild is the fact that Jay and Pimp C actually used to be close until they were suddenly not. Jay and Pimp even had a collaboration with Jay-Z on his Timbaland-produced Big Pimpin' in 2000, which went on to be a big hit. The song went on to reach platinum status, but there was allegedly a clash of heads between Jay-Z and Pimp C multiple times behind the scenes. Pimp C was initially hesitant to work with Jay because he felt he didn't show respect to Tupac, and Pimp was known among his peers to not condone any Tupac disrespect.
Pimp used to have a picture on his wall of Tupac. And whenever you would ask him something that required deep thought, he would look at the picture. And we'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm asking Pac what he think. He was very, very aligned in with the personality of Tupac, not really the musician, but the character of Tupac, the personality, and how he carried himself as a man in the world and in the culture. And if it was something that Pimp thought that Tupac wouldn't do, Pimp wouldn't do it.
According to Greg Taylor, manager of UGK at the time, he said Rockefeller's Dame Dash cut a check of $1 million to collaborate with Pimp C, and he just straight out told them to give it to Tupac's mother.
I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. All we wanted was 100,000. I was just like, who is that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing it out. He was like, ain't that with over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check and go give it to Tupac mama, man. He's gonna be stealing all my. I was like, what?
It took a lot of convincing and persuading before Pimp C decided to work on Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z, according to Too Short.
Like literally, he was like, you ain't with Tupac, I ain't with you. That was a law.
I didn't know none of this.
It was not to be compromised. And if you hear the stories about how they got him on Big Pimpin', it was a lot of back and forth. I was one of the people saying, man, just do it. But
there was more to the beef between Jay and Pimp C, and that was the alleged relationship he had with Beyonce. Later on, a rumor about an alleged tape with Bey and Pimp featured started floating around. Pimpin' Ken confirmed this in an interview, but he stopped short of putting names on it out of respect to Pimp.
With that being said, did Pimp C really have a tape of somebody in the industry that would break the internet? You look like you done seen it, Marvin. Marvin seen it.
Tell him who it is.
Hey, man, tell him who it is. We still trying to find out who was in this Pimp C tape.
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it, but if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a billionaire, man. Boy, hey, whoever it was, they had to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man.
Y'all know that Pimp C's death was a very mysterious one. While the coroners and the cops believed it was an OD, a lot of Pimp's friends and associates who saw his body believed otherwise. And there has been this crazy rumor that this alleged video is what got Pimp C. Too Short, a very close friend and business associate of Pimp C, didn't agree with the official reports about the circumstances of Pimp's death. He felt there was more to it, and it was crazy that someone he had a great time with just 48 hours prior could just die of an OD.
My guy Pimp C,
right,
who is like my little brother and who I saw probably 48 hours before he passed.
Wow.
And I was supposed to meet up with him the day I don't know when he passed, but that Saturday he came to my show. And Saturday we said, let's go dinner tomorrow. And then Sunday we got on the phone and he was like, man, I'm busy. I'm like, damn, I'm busy. We couldn't meet up. And then Monday I didn't talk to him. And then Tuesday they found him. And I'm like, so right off the rip, I'm like, what happened? Like, what happened? And all I get back is, Well, he was in his room by himself and they found him. I'm like, what happened to my guy?
Right.
And then they come out with the official. It was a mixture of some stuff, the prescription and something else or something that I don't really know. But with me, I never really heard.
It's always weird with like celebrity deaths. There's always, and that's why I say us on the outside looking in, we don't know these people. We don't know what they do behind closed doors. But like when people are like close to them and they're confused, you know what I mean? Like, just imagine how we feel. But I didn't know none of this at all about him and Beyonce.
They're scrambling. Word is, they're calling in favors, threatening lawsuits, and even trying to buy the tape to keep it hidden. It's serious. But once something's online, it's out there forever. People will be digging through every second of that tape, looking for anything to use against her. And there's more. This tape isn't just about Beyonce. It's bringing up old drama in the music industry. Who knows what other secrets might come out because of it?
Having such a hard time. He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Mm. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
When this tape dropped, it set the internet on fire. Everyone has an opinion, and trust me, they're not holding back. From Twitter rants to Instagram lives, the streets are buzzing and everyone's talking about Beyonce. But here's the big question. Is Queen Bey about to lose her crown, or is this just going to make it shine even brighter? The Beehive is on full defense mode, defending their queen. They're saying it's just a young Beyonce having fun and people should leave her alone. But the haters, they're coming for blood. They say this tape proves Beyonce isn't as perfect as she wants us to think. It's a full-on battle with fans and critics clashing nonstop. And the wild theories, don't even get me started. Some say the tape was leaked on purpose to promote a new album. Others claim it's proof that Beyonce's entire career is a lie. The craziest one I heard? People are saying it's all part of some Illuminati ritual. Honestly, people will believe anything. And it's not just regular folks getting involved. Celebrities are weighing in too. Nicki Minaj tweeted something shady about how the truth always comes out. And of course, that got people talking. Then there's Rihanna, who liked posts defending Beyonce, making everyone wonder if they're secretly best friends. The drama just keeps piling up.
In a insurance policy, and to cover up the fact that Roc Nation was ripping Megan away from 300. I guess nobody's paying attention to the fact that complete control of Megan Thee Stallion's career was taken over right after Takeoff died, and the Prince family were forced to leverage and let her go, even though they did not want to. Isn't that interesting?
Houston politics. Let me ask you, because
and I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh. Okay, well,
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Now it's hit me from this interview when she mentioned Pimp C. I still didn't know the whole Pimp C Beyonce connection. No, they both from Houston, but yeah, I remember when she said that. Because when she said that, and I'm not saying allegedly.
You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston? Why did that house burn up?
This is where it gets interesting, though. While Jay-Z had affairs outside his union with Bey, there were rumors that Beyonce did the same. And there were claims that Jay allegedly went out of his way to sabotage these men's careers any way he could. With everything going on, can you even put that past Jay? Now, while Pimpin' Ken didn't explicitly give out names, he was explicit enough in his description for us to understand that the alleged R&B celebrity in that tape could be Bey.
I give out more hit than I ever gave anybody else. Whoever the was, she did several rappers from Houston. Okay, let's leave it that right there.
When Pimpin' Ken was asked to compare how crazy the video would be if it turned out to be a video of Kim and Ray J, he feels it would be way wilder than that because the celebrity in it is 10 times more popular.
How explosive would that video be, you feel, in today's time?
The video that Pimp C had?
Yes.
Man, shit. Hey, man, this woman here is 10 times more famous than Kim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, it'd be a lot of simping going on because a lot of who think they all clever be really hurt.
If I had that video, I would have sold it and made millions of dollars off it. Those were the words of Pimpin' Ken. He felt Pimp C should have made bank with that video instead of protecting the integrity of who was in it.
If I would have had it, I would anonymously put it out because I would have made trillions of dollars.
Yeah, but I say, how much money you feel?
I think you'd have made trillions because, whoever this person is, they do well just on music. So if somebody can see her behind butt naked, you know what I'm saying? I think they'd be, because probably a lot of people already got a fantasy about this chick.
There are rumors of Bey being a wild one in her early days. She allegedly tested the waters with a train of MCs back in the days of Destiny's Child. And even after she was with Jay, she's always been strategic and wanted the power couple play she found with Jay-Z. Maybe that's why they never broke up. We'll never know. The truth of the matter is that the queen might not be as squeaky clean as she supposedly is. There have been other celebrity names in the rumor mill that might have had some time with Queen Bey over the years. Sean Paul for one, but it started to feel like after she got what she needed from their collab, she just left him to bear the brunt of the consequences. You don't mess with Jay's woman, because in the end, he tramples on you and only shines more. Maybe that's what happened with the Pimp C story too. He could have just been a pawn in that woman's game, and maybe that's why he met his early demise. That alleged tape could have been what tipped it, but we will never know. There's probably more to the whole story that only leaves fans guessing. R.I.P. to the great Pimp C. Do you even think there's a tape at all? Or maybe Jay and Bey are as innocent and perfect as they seem? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to watch.
Whoever it is saying she's more like 10 times more popular than Kim Kardashian, boy, it wouldn't shock me, because if you listen to Beyonce's music, she seems pretty wild, but you know, you know how they were saying, like, they think, you know, they don't believe that Jay-Z and Beyonce relationship is real. It's a business relationship, although they do got kids, but it's one of them things, like, they're together, but they're not. It's like they almost doing their own thing, you know. You don't really see them all lovey-dovey, you know. But it would not shock me, this whole story. I'll be boo-boo the fool to think that this couldn't be real. Just hearing the guys talk, saying, like, man, like how they were saying how much money they would have made. Because I'm just trying to think, like, what other chick that sings that is 10 times popular than Kim Kardashian, you know, in the Houston area.
So here's the big question. Is this the end of Beyonce's reign? Some people think this take could ruin her career, but I'm telling you, they don't know Beyonce. She's been through plenty of scandals and always comes out stronger. In fact, this mess might actually help her career in the long run. All this attention is putting her name everywhere. People who weren't thinking about her are suddenly curious about what she's doing. And hey, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Plus, this whole thing is making her seem more real. For years, people thought she was too perfect. But now, they're seeing a younger Beyonce just trying to make it. It's like we're getting a sneak peek at how a star is born, and people love that kind of story. But let's not forget about Pimp C. His name keeps coming up in all this drama, and it's creating a whole new controversy. The streets are saying his legacy might be changing, and not everyone's okay with it.
Say,
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White,
oh yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's
Jay-Z's
pregnant mistress,
yeah.
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go, nowhere. Which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce, and I say that, you know, women do have a
that country album, and any of you that buy that shit are stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap music with goddamn a holster and a hat.
But she remade Jolene.
That bitch. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade. It's a hit. It would have done great for her. She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that now. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops. And disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
actually carrying his baby while you was spanking it.
Let's talk about Pimp C for a second. You might be asking, who is this guy and why does he matter? Well, Pimp C was a huge figure in the rap world. He was half of UGK, a legendary southern hip-hop duo that put Texas on the map. But Pimp wasn't just a rapper. He was a producer,
Don't want to put his seed inside of you. He put it in everybody else. Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny when you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
That
it.
belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
And half of which dumbass bitch.
So, it's funny that it's crazy you say these
Why
things.
don't nobody want to accept that bitch?
I think she's.
She went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues? I don't know. I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
And no, the next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. It's that right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
And get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody to him up just so he couldn't have a good night. You, Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo. Don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Because you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
Trendsetter and a voice for the streets. Now, this tape is opening up old wounds in the hip-hop community.